Welcome home. We are WNST, AM 1570, Towson, Baltimore. We are Baltimore positive. We are positively into lots of things, man. It is springtime around here. It is Preakness week. ACDC's in town this week. Things are going on. The Orioles are home this week. Got a lot of great guests coming in, especially on the horse racing side, to talk about sovereignty, not coming here to defend all things Triple Crown at Old Hilltop this week. But spring has sprung. And it's also golf season. My man, RJ Sheppard, is the PGA head golf professional. Sounds like a big title over at Forest Park, but you can go visit with him anytime. He's a big shot, especially the kids over there, teaching him how to play, but you can go over and hit him anytime over there. We're going to preview the PGA going on this week with our friends from a Classic 5. I had Tom on a couple of weeks ago. I had to figure out everybody here. Ed was on. He was going down azaleas and
Right.
eating pimento sandwiches and all that. And I said, well, I got to get RJ on here to get like PGA. And by the time you came, I thought, you're Mr. Oriole guy. I thought we'll talk Oriole. No, we're not going to talk any Orioles this week. I just want to talk golf with you. I'm sick of
Okay.
this right now. How about you?
Same. Same. Rough start to the season, but hopefully we can turn it around.
Well, I know,
Hopefully we can
man.
turn it around. Yeah.
Weather's been okay, a little bit of rain and all of that. You're over at Forest Park. I mean, I've told your story many times about you sneaking on the courses, hitting the balls, now growing up being a PGA guy, and one that this is the time of the year where kids are getting out of school, you're setting up summer, people are figuring their game out, but I think nothing, and I talked to Tom about this a couple weeks ago. Nothing does it like a Masters like that on Easter weekend, right? Where the world stops for a couple of hours and everyone came to golf. And I swear at 3 in the afternoon, the Orioles were stinking. And I'm like, oh man, we're not even going to have like a good Masters today. And that thing shot out of a cannon on Sunday afternoon, didn't it?
Yeah, that was awesome theater to watch. Rory kind of tackle his demons and overcome all those obstacles to finally get that grand slam off his shoulder. So it was awesome to see. He had some incredible shots. Justin Rose put up a hell of a fight. Them going into a playoff. So it was great theater to watch, and watching it down in the basement with my son, it was a great time. He was even into it, so it was awesome.
So as a lifer golf,
Yeah.
dude, it's always backwards with you golf guys because I don't, I know you love baseball, I know you love the Ravens, but you've carved a huge part of your life into golf. And I find that people that do that, and I know a few of you, all have the memories like I have with baseball. And like I've been on the air 35 years, right? So Greg Norman's meltdowns at Masters, all the Tiger Woods era, I was nationally syndicated and saw him hit the ball, so through all of this, there are those memories, and
Yeah.
in golf, a lot of times it's meltdowns, right? Like the,
Right.
the
Right.
memory
Yeah.
is somebody blew a big
Yeah.
lead,
They missed a
not
3 foot putt.
somebody.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
really hard to think you're going to eagle birdie, 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 and catch up in the Masters in some way. There have been very few of that. It's usually ball goes in the water, ball goes in the trap, ball goes in the
Correct.
woods. Like
Because
crazy.
the nerves start getting up. So it's usually bad shots coming down the stretch. You're just trying to hold on. You know what I mean? Because you're so nervous. It's hard for him to grip the golf club. You know what I mean? I think Rory even mentioned it, that putt he missed on 18 in regulation. I mean, he was so nervous. He barely hold the putter. So it's usually meltdowns as far as people making putts. That's what made Tiger so great. He would come in the clutch. He would make all those putts.
Well, managing
Coming
the
down the stretch.
emotions,
Yeah,
it's a nervous system
yeah,
thing at that point where, like, I can mention, and I did mention crowds. Leonard Rask and I had a long chat about crowds at hockey games and baseball games and like all of that. Golf, other than the trash open out in Phoenix, the notion that it's going to be silent and you're going to hear the birds and you're going to
right.
like it's a different kind of sport. Tennis is like
It
that too.
is. It
Different
is.
kind
Yep.
of, especially if you've attended as a fan. Um, and I hope some of these people that go to concerts that talk their asses off in the middle of concerts, they wouldn't make it very far on a golf course or
Right. Right.
at a tennis.
Now,
I
I
mean,
mean, after they hit the shot, you can go crazy, but during the process of that, you need
but
to
there
be
is a
respectful. Yep.
silence in all of that that is a different either calm starter or nerve starter
Yeah, because
that
you're in your own head at that point. You're in your own head with your own thoughts, right? So it's really your mindset going into that.
all of
And,
these
and
guys on the back
yeah,
on the 18 on the last day of the Masters, all of them are capable of doing things that I could never do with a golf club, and maybe you could only do once in your life, right? Literally.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That shot Rory hit on, what hole was that? 15 around the tree. That was incredible. That was incredible. But he had some bad shots too, like the wedge on, I think it was 13. He had a little 80-yard wedge hit in the water. That never happens. I mean, not to
That's
guys on that
nerves.
level. That's nerves. That's nerves. Yep. So
RJ
hey.
Sheppard is a golf pro. He's over at Forest Park with Classic 5. I love having him on. A lot of times we'll talk baseball, but I'm trying to leave that alone. It's PGA Championship week. We're going to
Yes.
talk about things down in Charlotte in a couple of minutes and all of that. But back to memories in golf, and you're like, eating this summer off the Masters of at least there was a bang for golf. There was a big
Correct. Yeah.
fireworks for
Hmm.
golf to say golf's still here. The weather's nice. Get the clubs out. Get involved. Pick a golfer you love. Pick a golfer you hate. And then it comes back again this weekend, where you hope
Yeah.
on Sunday
Yeah.
afternoon there'll be some
Some
activity and
drama.
people into
Yep.
it, right? Some drama,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And big names and stars made and
Correct.
all of that
Yeah.
for all this. What are your favorite memories? And you're making them with your kid now, right? Like, you
Yes.
have them with your
Yes. Yeah.
dad and all of that. Like,
Yes.
I don't have golf memories with my dad. My dad didn't golf, but I can tell you where I was when Carlton Fisk was sitting home running 75 and like those moments you have watching golf or being a part of it. But what is your number one? Because I would think all of Tiger's reign, some of Tiger's stuff wasn't about winning by a shot or a hair or playoff. Tiger stuff was like
He
being up
was
15 on
blowing them out.
Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of got into golf when I was 10, so that was actually 2000.
Okay.
Yeah, Tiger's 2000 year where he won everything. I mean, that was like peak Tiger at that time. So just watching him then, and then kind of recently, I would say definitely this past Sunday. Before that, I would say we haven't had anything like that since when Tiger won in 2019, I believe, at
His
Augusta.
comeback year. Yeah.
Yeah, his comeback year. That was Tiger moves the needle, and Rory does too now. So without Tiger being there, I'm glad Rory was able to win. So now move the needle for golf. People had their eyes on golf coming into the season. It's exciting. So hopefully we get another good finish this Sunday. Trying to think what other great moments we
Well, I
had.
mean, we go
Well,
through the.
in person, I had a great moment. The BMW Championship, which is actually coming back this year to Caves Valley and Owings Mills. I was there that Sunday. It was a playoff between DeChambeau and Cantlay. I mean, it was crazy out there. People were running all over the place trying to catch the playoff. Next hole, next hole. I mean, it was insane. So hopefully we get that again in the BMW here at Caves Valley and Owings Mills this August. So
Well, it's good
yeah,
times. And,
yeah,
and for all of this, this filters down to, hey, you're out in Forest Park, you're right off the Beltway, you're right,
yeah.
easy. And when we talk about all of the problems that I had as a young African American on a golf course, I'm in Dundalk. And when I talk golf, like even over Costas the other day, I was over there, some golfers came in
Okay.
and, Sparrows Point's right around the corner.
Right.
Having access to golf and having access to clubs and having access to doing it well enough that you don't get frustrated and want to throw your club into the water, right? Like
Right.
there's a cost to entry. And the more that I talk to little league parents and lacrosse parents and hockey parents and soccer parents and club this and club that and how much money it costs, there's a whole thing that like golf's no longer like the expensive thing. You can get people on the course out there for a reasonable price and keep them in and their children and get them into something where they're not getting hit in the head and they're not getting some fresh air, taking some long walks and getting good at something that they can get good at golf quickly. I talk so much about this top
Yeah.
tracer. That was the
Yeah.
kind of stuff when we were
That's
kids. You just had to kind of figure out your angle.
right.
This
Now it's like a video game, right?
well, and we also have
Yeah.
you, and I know how much
Right.
you love
Yeah.
young
Yeah.
people
So
and helping young people.
yeah, that's the beauty of municipal golf, right? We're here to serve the community. So we're trying to be a entry into golf. And we have experienced players as well. So it's not like we're not just for beginners, everybody in between, but we're a nice entry level into the game of golf. We're not spending so much money. You're not taking so much risk. We're here to help. I'm here to teach. I've been giving lessons here. This is my 13th year teaching. So I'm getting better. I'm doing a lot of golf clinics, ladies clinics. We got first tee. Our last week of our spring session is this week. So then our summer session starts next week. So we're rolling in with that. And that's only $75 for 6 weeks of golf lessons for the first tee of Baltimore. So, and those are at all the classic all the classic five golf courses.
You gonna make me name them
So
now? So, because I'll forget one.
let's quiz you. Let's quiz you.
Mount
There you go.
Pleasant, Carroll
Yep.
Park,
Yep.
Forest Park, Pine Ridge, and I'm forgetting one. Hold on. I said Mount Pleasant. Which one did I forget? I knew I was going to
Did
forget
you
one.
say Carroll or Clifton?
I said, oh, I didn't say Carroll. I said Carroll, not Clifton.
You missed Clifton.
I
Yep.
miss
Yep.
Clifton.
On the east
Sorry.
side.
And
Yep.
it's always that's the one I drove through on the 22 bus going to Memorial Stadium. So
Right. Yeah.
Clifton was the only golf course in the whole world I knew about that wasn't Bob Hope or Fred Flintstone, because Fred and Barney golfed in the
Yes. Yes.
Flintstones.
Yes. Yep.
But like I had never been on a golf course. Like maybe on television, I would see Pebble Beach once in a while at the Bob Hope Open. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about in the 70s here, right? Like my
Yeah.
dad wasn't like a Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer. My dad was watching the Orioles games. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what he was doing. So like for
On
me,
Sundays.
going
Yeah.
through the golf course on the bus was the only time I'm like the only golf course I knew about when I was 15 years old.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. So there you go. Class of five.
Which first course did you go to? Did you actually like
So
hit balls at?
I
Yeah.
was going to ask you about this because I had never hit a golf ball in my life. My neighbor, Mr. Frank Bulk, used to golf and he went to Sparrows Point because I'm from
Okay.
Dundalk. He was the
Okay.
only person in the neighborhood. Couple of the older fellas bet the horses. Everybody was Orioles, Colts in my neighborhood and various professional wrestling and different things like that. But Mr. Frank was the only one. And I would see him on Saturday morning putting the golf clubs into the trunk of the car and he would go play. And so for me, the first time I picked up a club was at Furnace Branch with Norm Vakoski. I went on the air in 1991. So I don't know
Okay.
if were you born in 91, right around then?
I was born in 90. Yep.
All
Yep.
right. So 91, I went on the air and I made fun of golf in 91, 92, and Norm got tired of it. So by like 94, 95, he's like, I'm going to have you out, have a lesson. So everybody, all the golf people were pooping upon me on the radio. I'm taking calls. I'm Nasty Nestor. It's 1994. You're 4 years old, right? So so he's like, I got to take you out and show you the golf's not a studio. I'm like, golf, the ball doesn't move. How hard can it be? I played
Mhm.
tennis and baseball. The ball doesn't move. And then I realized like the arm, I told you this, like
Yeah.
baseball's in here, golf's
Right.
out here, right?
Extended. Yep. Yep.
So it took me, oh my God, weeks to like hold my arm locked out after playing baseball every day of my life, right?
Yeah.
But I learned how to hit. I went out and played. We had charity tournaments here in the 90s. I've played, you went out, but the first place I went according to a pro, and this was 31 years ago, I took my first lesson, go to a range, learn how to hit the ball, learn how to hold the club. I didn't know how to hold the club, RJ. Like I held it like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
baseball bat
Right.
and I
Right.
had to learn, and I'm missing a
Interlock
finger.
or overlap. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
literally had to learn just hand placement, very, very basic. And I was 28 when I took my first lesson.
Okay.
Like so I had never picked up a golf club. Putt putt. Oh, I'll beat your ass in Ocean City now. The putt putt.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, other than putt putt, I had never picked up a golf club in my life.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
But I
Well,
mean, you meet
that's
people
the
like
beauty
me
of
every
golf.
day, though, right?
That's the beauty. Yes, that's the beauty of golf. So you
So
don't, you know.
what do you do? What is the first thing you would do with like my wife if she took lessons? What's the first thing you would do with her?
Well, I like to start from the green and work backwards. So like you said, putt putt. I usually start with putting. Right. That's probably the easiest thing people can do. It's not too much energy into it, you know. But you know, it's tough to make putts, obviously. But it's a easier stroke to handle. I start there, then we work our way back. Chipping, now it's a little longer stroke. Pitching, a little longer. Full swing, irons, full swing driver. So I like to work from the green and work backwards. I find much more success doing that. Um, and you know, like you said, charity tournaments, right? If someone just knows how to putt, they can help out, right? They can help out with those scramble tournaments where, you know, they don't mind having a beginner coming out making a few putts, you know. So I like to start there, work our way back. So that's kind of my
But
method.
kids want to like just beat the snot out of the ball, right?
That is correct. That is
I mean,
correct.
I would
That is
say it
correct.
this way:
No,
like
you're right. You're right. But
as a kid that played baseball,
yeah.
right? We could
Mhm.
either work on fielding or hitting, and we could only hit one at a time. So we all had to go out in the field and figure it out, right? So like I remember as a young person, which was more fun, throwing the ball, catching the ball, fielding the
Mhm.
ball up in
Mhm.
the air, ball on the ground, or hitting. Like hitting was fun, right? So
Yeah.
I would think that the driving part of this is appealing to kids. I get to hit a bucket of balls and whack the snot out of it, and Mr. RJ is going to come over and teach me a little something, something, something like that. But like that would be the hook to get kids in for fun. Hey, and the kids in look, get in Ocean City right now. Everybody lining up. They're lining up to play putt putt. So
Right.
every kid has played putt putt, so they know how
Yeah.
to do that,
Is
right?
putting is fun, right? And I make it fun with games and different putting games we can play.
You don't put a
Different.
clown out on the course or anything with the mouth open, or
No,
no?
no,
You don't do that.
no,
Okay.
no.
Or
Unless
the
you're looking for a
dinosaur.
job.
You got to have the
Unless
dinosaurs. No.
That's I am working on getting that actually. A big they call it I forgot what it's called. It's like a big inflatable dinosaur you can put out there. Golfzilla, that's what it's called. Golfzilla. And they hit into the thing. That's what I'm working on actually. So
Well, anything that makes it
yeah.
fun for kids,
Yeah, we
especially
keep
where
it
you are
fun.
in West
So
Baltimore.
yeah.
You want
And
adults out, and that's great. But like teaching young people, I would think that's your gift, RJ. Right? Literally, right?
yeah, I would like to think so. All ages. I love to teach all ages. But to see the joy of kids doing it, and it takes me back to when I was a junior, 10 years old, just learning the game. So I can relate to them and just they don't have to be pros, but just having them just being able to go out on the golf course, the people they can meet, the places they can go, the opportunities that can be afforded to them, just being involved with this game is incredible. So it's a big benefit to them in their life. So
RJ
yeah,
Sheppard's my pal. He's the PGA head golf professional over at Forest Park, one of the Classic Five. There are 5 courses. I promise we'll never forget Clifton or Mount Pleasant or Pine Ridge, or I just forgot Carroll. So they're
yeah.
they're all there now. For you with the summer and people getting into golf, anybody listening out there who wants to hit, I would encourage them to come to any of the Classic Five. But if they want to find you, what will they find when they come to Forest Park? I mean, that's home base for you, man.
Oh, I love it here. Yeah, we're a great course to learn at. People always say that when they come to Forest Park, it feels like home. And I want to keep that culture going here. We're welcoming to everybody. We're just great staff, great food, great atmosphere. So yeah, everybody's welcome to learn, whether you're a beginner or a scratch golfer. Come out, enjoy it. Course is in great shape right now. A little dry, but I think we're getting some rain here. I think tomorrow. So course will be nice and green and lush, and greens are rolling nice. So come out and have a great time. Got different leagues you can play in. We have a senior men's league on Wednesday mornings. We have 120 guys signed up for this league.
Hold on a minute. Senior.
Senior, yeah.
What is senior? How old is senior? Because I,
Six.
I went to the movies last week and I was shocked that 60 is senior and I'm 56. I'm getting there. I mean, like I'm
Yeah,
paying full price for movies for the last time in my life here soon. I'm going discount. I'm soon.
62. We're 62
All right, I'm
seniors,
not quite
and that's
there.
for the
All
whole
right.
Classic Five. So we do what's called we sell a player's card. So people that play frequently, all the Classic Five, we sell a player's card. So if you're 62, you actually get a player card senior, so you get discounted rates as well. So just keep that in mind for my seniors out there. But yeah, we have 90
I'm
guys
hoping
come
I
out.
live long enough to get a discount on something.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
yeah,
just trying.
yeah. 60, you're right there. You're right there.
I'm not 60, damn it.
I'll say you're close. You're close. You're close. You're close.
56.
Oh,
Don't
you're not
push me
close. Yeah,
along, man.
you
My
got a few
wife's having a
years.
birthday later in a month, and she's getting, snooty with me. Don't be adding them. Don't be adding the year on until it
My
becomes
birthday was
official.
actually last Sunday, May 4th, Star Wars Day. So that was my birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
may the fourth be
So
with you.
thank you. Yeah, I just turned 35. So
Yeah,
yeah.
man. I've got socks older than you, ties older than you. RJ Sheppard is here. He's hitting the golf ball. He'll be watching and hitting. So on a weekend like this, I mean, I sort of outed myself as not a golf watcher as a kid, and my family was baseball.
Yeah.
Dude, you're a big baseball guy, man. I'm Facebook friends with you. You're a little boy. You go out to the ballparks.
Yeah.
You're usually wearing your Oriole hat around here somewhere. When a tournament like this weekend, do you have a rooting interest? Do you have a favorite player? Give me how you play it when it's not Masters, but this is, there's only 4 big ones. This is one of them, and it
This is
falls
one
on
of them. Yeah.
Preakness weekend. Orioles are home
Yeah.
this weekend. Washington. I'm going to be poolside out in Las Vegas doing the show at the Maryland party. But
Nice.
this is a major. This is a big one.
Major. Yeah. I just hope for great drama on Sunday. That's all I hope for. I mean, I'm a Rory fan. His birthday is also May the 4th. So I'm a big Rory fan, but I just want to see great drama. I think it's lining up for Rory and Scotty to kind of duel it out this Sunday. Rory's in the form. Quail Hollow is actually a course he's won at 4 times already. Not a major. It's only the second time they've hosted the PGA at Quail Hollow, but he's won here. It's usually a tour event every year on the calendar, but now this year it's a major venue, so he's got great positive vibes there. Scotty just tied the record for lowest scoring record in Texas 2 weeks ago, so I think it's really lining up for Rory and Scotty to duke it out. That's what I'm hoping for. 1 and 2 in the world. Duking out on Sunday down in Charlotte. So yeah, and trying to think, Justin Thomas, he last won there when it was last there in 2017, and I'm trying to think who else kind of, and you got Bryson DeChambeau from Live Golf. He's turning it up over there, so it's lining up for the heavy hitters to, and it's a big boy golf course. You gotta drive it well. You gotta drive it long. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to it.
All right, well, Sunday
Yeah.
afternoon, after a Saturday afternoon without sovereignty and the Preakness, I'll be talking horse racing all week. RJ Sheppard is the PGA head golf professional at Forest Park. They're part of Classic 5 Golf. They've been our partners for a number of years. Always love talking a little bit of golf here and sneaking in the experts on all of this stuff. Last thing for you, parting shot. Can you pitch?
I cannot.
Yeah, I mean, you can pitch on the golf course, pitch and wedge, but not
Yes,
pitch.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this Orioles thing, you have any, I mean, this has been, you're getting to be a little older now, and you're buying into, like, I've seen them win the World Series, right? Like, I'm down. They've won twice in my lifetime, right?
That's awesome.
I forget about 79. I try not to remember that, but it's been a long time. And for somebody your age who is an Oriole fan, you got a young son who, you love the Orioles, family love dad, all that. But this is a really disappointing year in the way that there was promise,
Yeah, I'm scared that we didn't. I'm hoping we didn't miss our window of opportunity to kind of to get a pennant. You got to take advantage when that we're number one seed. Coming in great record last 2 years, and we just leave in the first round. So this year, I'm hoping we can turn it around. It is still early, but I mean, Memorial Day is coming up, so
10 under 500 is 10 under 500, man.
Yeah. It doesn't matter when it is. So
you don't climb out of that in a week or
I think
two.
we're 7.5 back of the Yankees right now. So
I said to Luke, if they're 500 at the All-Star break, if they can somehow be 500 at the All-Star break,
I like that.
Then they have to make up a game and a half a week. They're going to have to play 650, 700 ball for 3-4 weeks to be a 500 team.
Oh, to get
and then we can start talking. I mean, to me, getting Eflin back was huge. Trying to get whatever they're going to get out of Morton, whatever they're going to. I mean, Kramer get some consistency. Shigano looks okay, but I talk pitching, and then Luke's like, dude, Adley Rutschman's hitting 195 like that. Like they're never going to win like that. So their stars have to be stars, and that's really
Gunnar had a good series this past weekend. So, get the bats to heat up, and just if we can just pitch decently, I think we'll be all right.
They did move the fence in. Let's hit some home runs for home run riches. Our friends at the Maryland Lottery are sending me out on the Maryland Crab Cake Tour. At some point, I'm going to get RJ. I've had Tom out on the Crab Cake Tour. I got to get some of you guys, get Ed out and have a crab cake later on.
Yeah, I was just thinking about you yesterday. I took my mom out to Readers in Owings Mills, and I had a crab cake. Yeah, I had a crab cake.
How was it?
It was delicious.
It's okay. See?
Delicious. So
I need to do my
Have you been there?
Tour. No, I haven't done the show there.
Okay.
Should
Have you heard
I do
of
the
it?
show there?
Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Yes, I would definitely. Great crab.
All right. Well, for anybody out there listening, I am looking for some new places. We're going to be at Fadley's on the 28th before the Orioles Cardinals game. So, RJ, you're bringing the boy down. Come down. It's a Wednesday. Have a delicious crab cake at Lexington Market. It's fantastic. And then on the 7th, we're going to be up in Carroll County, Hempstead at Greenmount Station. I love that crab cake as well. I love the crowd up there. Always have a good time. Been doing the show up there for 20 years. So back up in Hempstead. And if in between the travels, if you're in West Baltimore and you want to hit the golf ball, stop by and see my man RJ Sheppard. He's the PGA head golf professional. You're there all day, every day, right?
I do take Sundays off. I take Sundays off. Every day but Sunday, yeah.
Well, I hope you get a good Sunday
That's my
this
family
Sunday.
day.
Well, I hope you get a good Sunday and we get the sunset down there in Charlotte.
Yeah.
right? And
Yep.
watch Quail Hollow and all these the best golfers in the world gathering this week for a major tournament. My big
Correct.
appreciation, my friends at Classic 5 Golf, that includes Forest Park, Carroll Park, Clifton Park, Pine Ridge, and never ever forget Mount Pleasant. Even though I just did forget Mount Pleasant because I always forget one of the five. It's sort of my claim to fame around here. Luke is at the ballpark all week when he's not. I am going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're going to be poolside at the Encore Pool, which is beautiful. We're doing the show poolside there with the Maryland Party. Big thanks to Howard Perlow and his team for inviting us out, as well as Bill Cole and Cole Roofing and Gordian Energy. 3 days in Vegas. What could possibly go wrong?
That's
I'm
awesome.
Nestor.
I'm
We are
jealous.
we are WNST AM 1570 Thousand Baltimore, and we never stop talking. Baltimore positive. You'll be jealous if it's 90.